Hi everyone. Okay, so we ended with our web design. We have done www, we have done a website, we have done web pages, and we have done HTML, and we've talked about tags. I don't think we've done something about hyperlinks, which just change the URL, and we also have the URL, which is just the address of each website. So this is on the internet knows a very unique, the URL should be unique for a specific web page. So we have covered that. So there are different ways to create web pages. We get text editors, which is Notepad, which most of you should have if you have Windows installed. So you can actually create websites using Notepad, which is really cool. You get word processing packages, Microsoft Word, which most of you should have. So you can also type a website using this. So all of these things you see over here, like if you want to try and see, let's see if I can select any of it. Okay, it doesn't allow me right now, but if you're not using Microsoft Edge, which I am unfortunately doing, then you should be able to copy all of this, paste it here, change a few things, and then you'll be able to actually load this up again. But it won't always work, so it doesn't work with all websites. Usually the older ones you'll be able to do that. And then you get graphical software package. So that's a front page or Dreamweaver. I know one of the ones that we use is I think it's called Microsoft Expression Web 4. It's actually free, so you just drag and drop things and then it creates the website for you. So it's really cool. So it's one of the ways, if you continue with ICT, then this is what you're going to use eventually in year 9 and 10. So it's really nice. It's like a drag and drop, so it codes it for you. But you first need to learn how to code before we get to use this. So you first need to appreciate the work that you have to put in. But yeah, so this would be one of the graphical software packages. So it's a drag and drop kind of thing. Next, we have to do the activity. So we're going to create a web page using HTML, and this is one of the programming languages for websites. We're going to use Notepad to do this. We're going to add some content with formatting. We're going to give it a title and use headings. And we're going to add working hyperlinks, and then we're going to save the file with the correct extension. Now, a file extension, if I say new, let's say Microsoft database, I'm going to put that in there. If I say new Microsoft Excel sheet, and if I say new Microsoft Word, and if I say new let's say rich text format, you'll see, if I can zoom in, you'll see it says new Microsoft Access Database .accdb. This is the file extension for the computer to know what software is needed to open this specific file. So we need Microsoft Access to open this. For an Excel sheet, so in Microsoft Excel, which is a different software, we have file extensions XLSX. For Windows Microsoft Word documents, we have a docx, and then for a rich text format, you have .rtf. So anything after the dot. So you have some weird name, not a weird name, you have a name, and then after the full stop, you have some sort of extension. So the extension is basically anything after your full stop. So this is the file name, and this is the file extension. There we go. So you'll see this a few times. Okay, so I just wanted to explain that. Save with the correct extension. Where do we start? Okay, we need to open Notepad. So if you have an older version of Windows, then you can just go to all programs, we go to accessories, Windows accessories, and then you can go to Notepad over there. If you have this search option over here, then you can just type in Notepad, and then you can just press enter, and I have just opened Notepad. Open your web design folder. So my web design folder was under documents, under students, Jean-Claude, ICT, web design. I'm just going to take this away because I don't need that. And then they say keep both of these open. So you should be able to Alt Tab between all of these. If you forgot what Alt Tab means, on screen keyboard, I use this a lot. So I keep in Alt, and while keeping in Alt, I press on the Tab button on my keyboard. If I do that, you'll see I have the option to go between different windows. So I don't have to go down, click, and go to the next one. So for me, it's just easier. It works really nice if you just want to go between two windows. Anyway, we're going to type the text you can see in the blue box on the next slide into Notepad. Copy the text exactly. So this is what we need to copy. So I would have my Notepad over here, and then I'm going to type in HTML. Okay, these symbols over here, if you have math, this is called the less than, and this is called the greater than sign. But in HTML, these are called tags. So for each function or each thing that you want it to do, you're going to type in the tags. Search engines, and then we're going to type / and body. Now, if you do not know how to make these symbols, HTML. Okay, if you do not know how to make these symbols, on-screen keyboard, on-screen keyboard. So on my keyboard, if I keep shift in, then over here with the comma and the full stop, so I'll see if I can type this in here. So I'll just cut that. So if I want to make the less than sign, so if you press that, then it just makes a bunch of commas. But if you keep shift in and then you press there, then you get the less than sign. And then we say HTML, HTML. And then to make the greater than symbol, you press shift. While keeping it in, you just press on the full stop, and then you have that one over there. Then the other one that we have to make is the /. So for that, you can just click on it. It's just that button over there. So you don't have to, it's not this one, that is /. We want /HTML. You will see in coding, you always have to have a beginning and you have to have an end, because the computer needs to know when something starts. So we're saying the HTML starts here and it's going to end here. Okay, so I usually like to do this just so that I know these are the tags. So this is the start tag and this is the end tag. But for now, you don't have to worry too much about why we're doing these things. You can just copy it. I'm just giving you some extra information. And then we're going to say search engines. And then this will display the word search engines on the web page. Okay, but currently we just have this over here. We don't have a web page. We will get the web page as soon as we save it with the correct file extension. In order to turn your text file into an HTML file, you must follow these instructions exactly. So in your notepad, we're going to say File, Save As. We're going to name our web page as Search Engines HTML. Okay. Save As. See, it wants the file extension to be a text. So we're going to say All Files. We're going to rename it as search engines.html. I am not sure if there is a spelling error, but as far as I know, we are looking for HTML. So I'm going to write HTML. And we're going to say save. Okay. Actually, I didn't focus where I wanted to save this because they just said we have to save this. Oh, here it is, save the file in your web design folder. So now I go to documents, and I go to students, go to Jean-Claude, go to ICT, and web design. So this is where we're going to save it. So I'm going to save it as HTML. So make sure that you didn't save it as a text. We want to save it as HTML. We say save. Okay, it has been saved. Now browse to your web design folder. So here is mine, and look for your search engine.html file. The file should look like this. Okay, so I'm just gonna make it there. Okay, so we have search engines. Double click your web page to open. So you can double click it, and then boom, that is what you just typed. So if you go change anything in here, are really bomb, and I save this and I refresh this, you'll see that it just refreshed whatever I typed in here. Look what I just typed. Okay, this is the basic of a website. I'm going to save this, and I'm going to refresh this. Look what I just typed. Okay, so you don't have to do this. You can just say search engines. Okay, search engines. I believe that's all we had to put in there. And then the keep the web page open for the next task. Okay, so for now I believe we're done with this video, but you can play around with different things that you can type in and just see, just play with it. Okay, enjoy the rest of your day.